So, homework day 20 is the start of chapter 3. Chapter 3 is all about graphing in the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane is just a fancy name for the graph. Each point is called an ordered pair, or the coordinates of your points. So if you look at your graph, there is the horizontal axis, which is labeled the x-axis. The x-axis is just like the number line. The numbers to the right are the positive numbers. The numbers to the left are your negative numbers. You also will have a y-axis. The y-axis is the one that goes up and down. The positive numbers go up, negative numbers go down. So when you're giving the location of the point, you have to do both directions. This one wants you to give the location of London. London happens to be over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to start at the middle at 0, and you're going to have to figure out, first of all, the x direction, so the left or right. In this case, I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the left. Then I do the y direction, which is the up or down. On this one, I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up. So my coordinates, or my ordered pair, I went -8 in my x direction, +9 in my y direction, and so the location of London is at -8, 9. So now we can go to the second one. The second one says, give the location of Dallas as an ordered pair. So Dallas is right here. If you're going to go to Dallas, what would be your coordinates?
2 is an x.
2 is my x direction. So -5. So I started at 0, went 2 to the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, landed in Dallas. It was only that close. And so number 3 wants you to give the location of Berlin as an ordered pair. So Berlin is over here. My coordinates would be
X first, right?
the x is always first.
6.
So 6 in my x direction,
9.
and up 9. So 9 in my y direction. So I went 6 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's Berlin. So once they get you used to the ordered pairs and how those work, now they're going to have you plot points on the graph, and you get to put the dot on where it belongs. So if I am going to plot the point 4, -4, I'm going to go 4 in the x direction, -4 in the y direction, and then I'm going to put my dot. So on the Alex program, they'll have what's called the pencil tool. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and then you'll click, and it's going to put a dot, hopefully at 4, -4. So if we are going to plot the point -6, 3, if I start at 0, 0, what am I going to do?
Move over to -6.
Go to -6 on your x-axis, and then go
Down 3.
which way?
3.
Positive.
Up 3,
Oh,
since
up
it's
3.
positive, right? So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left, since 6 was negative, up 3, and so -6, 3 would be on my graph. And so number 6, if I'm going to plot the point 4, 3, what am I going to do?
Go over +4.
4 to the right and up 3. Looking sideways. So over 4, up 3, and would give me my point 4, 3. Now, they're switching gears a bit. We are going to later on get into graphing lines, but first of all, they're going to ask you if these numbers are solutions to our equations. Again, whenever they give you that ordered pair, the x value is first, the y value is second. So all we're going to do is plug these numbers into the equation they have listed and see if it's a solution or not. So on this one, we really have to do 4 different problems. The first problem, we're going to take 7 times the x value of our point, which is 1, minus 4 times the y value of our point, which is 3. And we want to know, are we going to get a negative 5 answer or not?
Yes.
We do, because I'm going to have 7 minus 12, and 7 minus 12 is negative 5. So, yes, we're going to mark yes. Then we're just going to repeat it for our other points. So we're going to say 7 times the x value of our point, which is negative 3, minus 4 times the y value of our point, which is minus 4. Do we get an answer of negative 5 or not?
Yes.
Negative 21 plus 16. You guys are just way faster than me. Yep, got negative 5 again. So then we got to do the third one. 7 times the x value of 4 minus 4 times the y value of 2. Do we get an answer of negative 5?
No.
No. 28 minus 8 isn't negative 5, right? It's only 20. And then we have to do the fourth one. So 7 times our x value of negative 2 minus 4 times our y value of 6. No, we get negative 14 minus 24, which is not going to give us negative 5, right? No. So, it's one way you might see that problem. If we look at number 8, I'm going to move the board up so it's a little easier to see. Another way we might see this problem. It says, for each ordered pair, determine whether it is a solution to y equals 1. Well, we know the y value is always the second one in our ordered pair. So all we're really doing is looking for which ordered pair has a y value of 1. In this case, the first one has a y value of 0, not 1. The second one has a y value of negative 8. The third one has a y value of negative 2. And the last one has a y value of 1. Hey, that's the one we're looking for. There's only one point there that has a y value that's equal to 1. And number 9's back to like the first one was. That's probably the more common way you're going to see that, where we're going to plug our numbers in and see if they work or not. So, 2 times my x value of negative 4 plus 5 times my y value of 3. Am I going to get 7?
7, yep.
Negative 8 plus 15 is 7. Yes, it is. So then I'm going to use the next point. 2 times my x value of negative 9 plus 5 times my y value of negative 4. Do I get 7?
Nope.
Nope, because I'm going to have negative 18 minus 20. Certainly not going to be 7. So then I'm going to do the third one. 2 times my x value, which is 7, plus 5 times my y value, which is 5. Am I going to get an answer of 7?
It's 30 here.
No, 14 plus 25 is way more than 7. And then we do the fourth one. 2 times our x value of 6 plus 5 times our y value of negative 1. 12 minus 5 is 7, yeah. So we filled in our table answering if it was a solution or not. Now, they want you to find solutions to equations. Now, when you're trying to find a solution to the equation, you can use whatever numbers you want to. So, when we get to graphing, we'll be making a table that looks something sort of like this. You're going to pick a value for x or a value for y and then solve your equation with that number in there. So, just for fun, Christine, pick me a number out. What number should I use? 5. Do you want to put 5 in for x or 5 in for y?
X.
Okay? I'm going to put 5 in for x. So I'm going to have 5 minus 3y equals 6. That's going to be the problem I'm going to solve. How do I solve that?
minus the 5 from the 6.
Minus the 5 from the 6, so negative 3y equals 1. Then I'm going to
Divide by 3.
divide by negative
Oh, negative
3, right? So y is going to equal negative 1/3. So my ordered pair solution would look like this because we write it as a point. When x is 5, y is negative 1/3. Now, you can imagine there's 5 million different answers because you can pick whatever number you want to use. If you really wanted to use negative 243, you could, but that would be a lot of work. Here's what they're going to suggest you do. They're going to say, let's put 0 in for either x or for y. Why is it fun to put 0 in for something? Because I get 0. So if I do 4 times 0 minus y equals 3, that's going to be gone. And I just have to solve the equation negative y equals 3. Now if I solve that, what do I still have to do? Divide by negative 1 to get rid of that negative sign, right? Because this is negative 1y. So y equals negative 3. That's one of my millions of possible answers. Now, just for fun, if I use that same equation, and what if I put the 0 in for the y instead of the 0 in for the x? I would have 4x minus 0 equals 3, right? This would be gone, and my equation would say 4x equals 3. How do I solve that for x? Just divide by the 4. So 3/4. So when I put that one in, I would put 3/4 with 0.
And they're going to ask us to make up a number too?
Yep.
Or,
You're going to just find an ordered pair that works.
Okay.
You can pick anything you want.
Okay.
When they do their explanations, they're going to use zeros just because they think 0 is easy. But you can put 5 in, you can put 1 in, whatever number you want to pick.
You just got to find the ordered pair to it.
Right.
Okay.
You just have to find one that works.
Okay.
So, number 12. Sarah, you going to give me a number? 1. 1. What do you want to put the 1 in, for the x or the y? For the y, okay? We're going to have y equals 1. So, 5x plus 1 is going to equal 8, right? I got to solve that. So to solve that, I'm going to minus the 1. 5x equals 7. And then divide by 5. So x is going to be 7/5. So my ordered pair, 7/5, goes with 1. There you go.
Okay.
All right, we're just doing those 4 things today.